Hey, it's Trisha. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a book tag for you guys. I'm going to be doing the Galentine's Day book tag. I am a little late on this one because Galentine's Day is the day before Valentine's Day, but I decided I'd get around to it anyway. I was tagged by Kara from Wild Book Garden, who is absolutely amazing with all of her recommendations. So if you guys are not following her, I will link her video in the description box down below. This one was originally created by the TellHerAStory. I'll link their original video also in the description box for you guys. So for those of you who do not know, Galentine's Day is the day before Valentine's Day, and it's to celebrate all of the wonderful women in your life and all of the wonderful female relationships, whether that be romantic, familial, or friendship. So all of the questions for this tag are themed to females in books and female relationships in books. So pretty quick tag, and I'll just get right on into it. So question number 1 is your favorite or best female friendship. And for this one, I am going with one that I actually really enjoyed reading during the course of the book. And the book I don't have itself, but I really enjoyed the relationship, the friendship that we got between Elle and Sage in Geekerella by Ashley Poston. This is one where they were not really friends at the beginning, but you got to see their friendship blossom and develop over the course of the novel, and by the end they had such a great dynamic, and Sage is such a fun character that I really enjoyed her throughout the novel. So this is a female friendship that I really enjoyed reading throughout the entire book. Question number 2, favorite literary sisters. For this one, I am going to go with Jane and Elizabeth from Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I am completely unoriginal when it comes to the answer for this one. I actually looked through a lot of books in my Goodreads because I looked at my shelf and I looked and looked and looked and couldn't find anything. And I just realized that I haven't read a lot of books that feature strong sister relationships. And this one is, yes, it's one of the few that I've read, but it is such a great relationship between the sisters. Jane and Elizabeth care so much for one another. They're so supportive of one another, and they really just want the best for each other. Question number 3, your favorite mother-daughter relationship. This is another one that I don't own a physical copy of the book, and I really loved the dynamic with Molly and her 2 moms in The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. I think that Molly and her moms had such a open and supportive relationship that her moms were someone that, yes, she didn't go to her moms for everything because she's a teenage girl and she's not going to go to her mom or her parents with all of her problems, but when she did talk with her mothers were so encouraging of her and wanted the best for her. And you could really see the love that they had for their children, and especially Molly, because the story is about her. Just fantastic dynamic written there. And so I really loved the whole family dynamic that Becky Albertalli gave us in The Upside of Unrequited. Question number 4, pick your literary Galentine. And for this one, I actually don't own a copy of this one anymore because I did pass it along to my little cousin, and that is actually Clarice from The House of the Four Winds by Mercedes Lackey and James Mallory. Clarice is such an inspirational character for me. I really admire that she is so determined to go out and make her own way in the world, and yes, she has to disguise herself as a man to do it, but like she knows what she wants to do and she knows how to take the steps to get there. And even when she encounters roadblocks in the course of what she's doing, she doesn't really let that stop her. She has a very determined outlook on her entire life, and I really admire that. So if I were to spend Galentine's Day with someone, I think I'd like to spend it with her. For those of you guys who do not know, The House of the Four Winds is about a small country that the rulers of that country actually have 12 daughters and no male heirs. And with that many daughters, they didn't have enough money to dowry all of them. And so each of the daughters is meant to learn a trade as she grows up, and then once she becomes of age, she goes out into the world and makes a name for herself, becomes successful on her own. Very supportive parents, and Clarice learns swordsmanship from a very young age, and she's a very skilled swordsman. When she goes out, she wants to be a swordsmaster, but she can't just jump right into that being a female. So what she does is she disguises herself as a man, goes out on a boat to get experience under her belt. That way, when she comes back after several years of being out in the world, she can say, "This is what I've done. I am really good. You should want to learn from me." And while she's out there, some shenanigans happen with a witch wants to steal a treasure, and so she ends up getting the crew of the ship that Clarice is on to do that for her, to get the treasure for her. And so all of this goes on. It was a very fun, fast-paced book, and I've actually read it twice, and I definitely enjoyed it. And question number 5, a book that you would like to give all of your Galantines. And for this one, I decided to go with a play, actually, and I decided on The Vagina Monologues by Eve Ensler. This is a play where the author interviewed a lot of women about different things, about what it means to be a woman, and different things that have happened to them over their lives because they are women. And she took their stories and then put them together in monologues. And this is touching and heartbreaking and so profound that I really think that everybody can really find something in. So I would like to give this to all of my Galantines. All right, so that is it for the Galentine's Day book tag. Let me know in the comments down below who would be your literary Galantine, because I think that I picked somebody who is really fun and adventurous and really determined, but I'd like to know, who would you like to spend your Galentine's Day with next year? And now is a perfect time, if you have not already done so, click that little subscribe button down below if you would like to see more content from me in the future. And if you want to follow me elsewhere on the interwebs, I have all of my social media links in the description box down below. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!